Right, I'm just going to do a short tutorial here of how I wash my pellets prior to using them for target shooting or vermin control. The reason I do this is when I buy a new tin of pellets and open them up, if you look at them, they look clean with the naked eye until you actually put them in a clear container with warm soapy water and you see a lot of the lead bits and lead dust at the bottom. This over time gets in the rifling of your barrel and your barrel itself and you lose accuracy. Okay, what I do first, I get a Pyrex dish or see-through dish and put some warm water in, about half fill it, like so. I then put a bit of fairy liquid in, not too much, and just give it a bit of a mix around. What I'm going to do first is the RWS Superdomes, the 22 caliber ones, and as I say, looking in them, they look quite clean. So you pour them in gently, and then I just give them a bit of a mix in the bowl, nice and gentle, because you don't want to deform any of the skirts. And I do this with every tin of pellets what I get. Right, I've lifted the bowl up now and I'm going to give them a stir. I don't know if you'll be able to see on the camera, but if I tip it slightly, at the bottom here there's all loads and loads and loads of lead, and this is what we're trying to get out of the pellets. Okay, once I've given them a good stir like that, I use a sieve like this one and I pour the water and the pellets gently into the sieve. And if I bring this closely now, you should be able to see, hopefully, there's loads and loads and loads of lead. If you look on my fingers there, look, lead dust and lead bits all over what's come out of them pellets, and that's what would get in your barrel. Next thing I do, I run the warm tap and just give the pellets one last cleaning, like so, before pouring them back into the Pyrex dish again and giving them a wash around. This is just basically a final wash round, just for confirmation myself that there's no more lead in them. And then pour them back into the sieve and look to see, make sure like that there's no lead in it. I then basically know that these pellets are now lead free. What I do now is I lay a piece of kitchen towel like I've done here, it's actually two pieces here folded over, on a flat surface, and gently pour the pellets from the sieve onto the flat surface of the kitchen towel. I then level them out so they spread out like so. Once they're nice and level like that, I then use an air dryer and blow dry them. Doesn't take long for them to dry, like so. What I do once they dry, I use WD-40 and I put a slight coat of WD-40 over the top of the pellets. Now a lot of people say don't use it because it's not a proper pellet lube, and some people said it even causes ignition in the rifle itself. Now I've been using WD-40 for many years and I've been doing my pellets this way for a long time and I've never had any problems with it. So rather than pay for an expensive pellet lube, all I do, I put a light coat of the WD-40 over the pellets like that, and then using the kitchen towel I wash them around like that in the actual WD-40 to give them a very fine coating of the oil. As simple as that. If you do that with all your pellets, you can guarantee that your barrel will still stay cleaner longer and your accuracy will be better than as if you used it straight out the tin. I look at it this way, you wouldn't put dirty oil into a car, so why put dirty pellets into your rifle? Right, what I'm going to do now is demonstrate how to chronograph a rifle. What I've got here is my Air Arms Pro Sport 22 caliber, what I've just bought today. I've never chronographed it before, so I'm interested to see how it's doing myself. There's 3 tins of pellets in front, a Webley Acupel at 14.3 grain, a RWS Superdome at 14.5 grain and FX pellets at 16 grain. To make this work good, I have my little helper here, which is my son Dylan, and what he does is every pellet selection we use, he writes down 5 shots. We do it in 5 shots, so it'll be the muzzle velocity in feet per second for every shot for 5 shots of each tin. We then add them all together and divide them by 5, and it'll give us an average reading. Okay, I took 5 Acupels out of the tin. I'm just going to turn the chrono on, give it a second to initialise. Okay, 578.7. Next shot. $578.0. $574.1. This rifle is looking to be very consistent as well with these Acupels already. $576.8. And the last one with Acupels, 573.9. So what I'll do now, I'll add all them up on a calculator and then I'll divide them by 5. It'll give me an average in feet per second. I can then calculate that average by using some software I've got or a calculator, and it'll tell me what the rifle's doing in foot-pounds. Right, I've reset the chronograph now, just turn it back on, and now I've got RWS Superdomes at 14.5 grain. So the first shot. $566.8. $584.1. $585.7. $600.5. It's not as consistent with these as it is with the Acupels, I can see now. And the last shot, just thumbing in now to the breech, or the last pellet I should say. 591.0. Right, the last set of pellets is the FX 16 grain. I should imagine these are going to be a bit slower. So here we go, the first shot. 582.3. That's surprising. That's quite fast for a heavyweight pellet. Second shot. 578.6. These are looking very consistent in this rifle. There we go. 567.8. I need 2 more pellets. Okay. 581.5. And the final one to make it 5. 580.8. Very consistent and quite powerful as well. I'm interested to see what power that's pushing out.